everyone and welcome to Let's Talk Ships, and today I'm thinking to share with you my personal thoughts about the new oncoming Dutch regular Tech 3 cruiser line. Of course it's still in a test, and there is a new type of armament that those Dutch cruiser line will receive, and I'll talk about them. Something else, and that is kind of important. I am a cruiser captain. I do very much like this new type of cruiser line of two reasons, maybe actually even three. Something else, and this is very important. It's a full branch from tier 1 all the way to tier 10, the Dutch cruiser line. They are, shall I say, different. The tier 1 nobody cares. The tier 2 looks alright-ish. What's so special about the entire cruiser line? They supposed to have like short range. On the other hand, they have new type of armament, and I believe from tier 8 you have heal, not special heal. I'm talking about slow 28 seconds heal. I will talk about it a little bit later. So tier 2 looks fantastic. Tier 3 Java looks alright, but probably on paper this is close to overpowered. Yes, you heard me right. It is very uncruiser stats. It's still early, and I will give you my thoughts about each and every cruiser. Now the tier 4 Reuter looks a little bit more modern, looks fast, but on the other hand, the truth is no cruiser are really darn fast. We have different kind of calibers, but of course at low tier we have a small caliber size. On the other hand, we going from tier 6 and above 152 millimeters, I do believe. And oh man, this looks big. This look darn big, and the tier 6 looks slick and modern and kind of a tiny, but the tier 6 looks like a big freaking house. I don't know how to pronounce this. The Dutch language, it's not the easiest. In my honest opinion, it's even harder to pronounce than the Germans ones. That's my thoughts. Haarlem, that was an easy one. Looks modern, big damn cruiser. It doesn't look on the other hand, I do believe from tier 8 all the way to tier 10 we have armor. You cannot say, and Morgan did not mention what kind of armor, but you know, better type of armor. And this looks extremely sleek and modern. The tier 9 Johan, the Wit, and finally Goldland. Man, this looks like a big damn huge caliber guns, and I will talk about the where did they mention the specific about each and every ship? And I'm talking about the guns. All right, let's talk about. Sorry about that, guys. Haarlem will have 203 millimeters guns. The tier 9 Johan will have 240 millimeters guns, and of course the tier 10 Louis, the tier 10 283 millimeters. So key feature of Dutch cruiser: good maneuver, good concealment, but low firing range and rate of fire. Hydro search. Consumer as well as fighter or spotter aircraft available from tier 4, which is absolutely fantastic. There are very few cruisers with spotting aircraft which increase your range from tier 4. Let me know in a comment below. The new Airstrike armament will available from tier 4. This is the nice part. It's a new type of armament with your main gun, so you can use your main guns and this new type of armament that it's not you aiming, it's literally the the game mechanics, which will give you additional damage, and then I kind of hard to understand. What's also so special, which I do like, it's a repair party consumable with increased reload speed of defensive AA, so you have a shorter cooldown of defensive AA defense, available from tier 8. Strong armor on high tiers. Yeah. So let's talk about all those gimmicks. I mean, sure, they don't have radar, they don't have smoke, but what those cruiser has, it's kind of good thing. I explain you why. Now, it's hard for me to explain this airstrike, but if you pay attention to this picture, this is a tier 10. Literally, you send those dive bombers as a, you know, the UI will make this drop for you. You don't have to aim or anything, or probably you do. On the other hand, I have no idea how close you need to come to the enemy. And something else, it's that you use your guns while you send those dive bombers. So I don't know how to explain. It's a new type of armament, but keep that in mind. Even though you don't have a good DPM, your reload time are kind of mediocre from, let's say, tier 8 on tier 9, you still have additional opportunity to use those dive bombers and strike your enemy. So there are two types of mechanics that you can deal damage with, and this is how you know, the drops. It's only work versus battleship or something very large, big and slow and bad turning, you know, something agile or destroy or a fast cruiser. This won't work, this type of armament, you know what I mean. And over here, guys, you definitely can see, and this will be from tier 8, you have the, right here, you have the heal, you have the A defense, you have hydro, and of course you have HE and AP. And the AP, it's absolutely hilarious. It's like the tier 10 is a freaking Alaska at tier 10. It hits like a freaking you know, train. It's, you know, absolutely hilarious. At the low tier you have very few mediocre HE shells, but the AP are fantastic. And also we have US Premium Congress. The tier 8 looks very close like Alaska, but at tier 8, I don't know. And this is absolutely fantastic. If you want to save, or if you want to spend the money in the game, I very much like to hype you about this lovely Dutch Premium tier 8 cruiser, which commissioned in 1950, and you know, she was scrapped, last cruiser in the whole world with the main armament. You know, absolutely hilarious. This looks extremely modern, and it's a tier 8 cruiser, go and figure. I believe that this ship will be even more broken than the Belfast, and I'll tell you also why. And those guns, you see, pay attention to right here. I don't know how to say it, but I can assure you, you have two of those guns, and those are Holland's guns. So the AA of this thing should not be any bad. It looks extremely modern. Hell, I would like to say that this looks the most modern cruiser in the entire freaking game. I'm talking about all cruisers. She was in a real you know, ship, not just paper ship. You can see all those stats about this lovely cruiser, but something else that it caught my mind, those new armament, I do believe it's available from tier 4. So from the tier 4, we can just say that you have kind of a alright-ish firepower. You have 6, 7 150 millimeters guns, 52 15.2 kilometers. It's pretty damn good. So the range for tier 4, it's actually not bad. Something also as they catch my eyes, guys. This tier 4 has lower firing in gun. I'm talking about if you fire your gun in the smoke, 5.7. It's close to Belfast, for crying out loud. And something else, it's ridiculous agile. Turning radius 660 meters. And of course, rudder shift, it's kind of a right-ish 7 seconds. But 660 meters radius, it's close to destroyer level. Sure, it's not something crazy. You only have damage count, hydro, search, and fighter or spotter. The maximum speed it's 32 knots. Surface detection 12.1. It's a tier 4. I don't believe it's a bad tier 4. You know what I mean? Something else, and this is kind of important, the dispersion, it's fantastic. Sigma 2.0, AP and HE shells 900 meters per second, which is absolutely fantastic. Now keep that in mind, the HE only does 2150, which is kind of a mediocre. AP 3000, alright, nothing crazy. But on the other hand, we are coming to tier 5. What's so special with tier 5, guys, that maximum speed is 30.6, nothing crazy, but this is the ridiculous. 580 meters per second. This is the most maneuverable cruiser in the entire damn game. I don't believe there isn't any cruiser which can beat this 580 meters per second. Rudder shift 7.7. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous turning radius. And even if you find your main smoke in the smoke, 5.9, also ridiculous. Sigma, something else I want to say something about the Sigma. How accurate, 900 meters per second. It's pretty damn fantastic. On the other hand, you're going from 15.2 range in only 14 kilometers range. That's kind of a damn rough. I mean, for tier 4, 15.2, it's pretty damn good. You know, if you will shoot tier 3 for crying out loud, and you can never face a tier 6 ship, tier 4. On the other hand, tier 5 can face tier 7, and this is kind of a rough. I kind of forgot to also mention the AAN percent put your enemy on fire. It's 11%, which is not bad actually. It's not bad. You have now only 8 150 millimeters guns. Same story. The turning radius is absolutely fantastic. Slightly worse concealment, and yeah, remember you have this new consumable, guys, that Airstrike consumable. It's almost like a dive bomb in low carpet bombs or something like that. Only works versus battleship, not for an agile cruiser or a destroyer. You can just forget it. The tier 6, 14.6. Oh man, oh lord, this is bad. For kind of a bad, guys. For tier 6, 14.6 main battery range, it's not something wow, you know what I mean. Reload 7 seconds. How was the reload about the tier 5? A reload 8 seconds, and the tier 4 reload in 8 seconds. Yeah, it's not bad actually, you know. Sure, there are British cruiser with 7.5 kilometers, but 8 seconds, it's not bad, you know what I mean. So it's all right. Close to heavy, what do you call it? Heavy British heavy cruisers range, and somehow also the other regular light cruisers from Britain. I'm talking about also the range. They have kind of a bad, poorly range, but also they have hydro and smoke. You know, over here you don't have smoke and you don't have quite good speed. Now something else, and that it's kind of important to mention. all the way to tier 5 you have mediocre in AA. I mean, sure, mid-range only have 3.5 and 186 hits, you know, it's kind of a mediocre. But from tier 6 you jump up to whopping 427. I'm talking about the AA mid-range. Only it's up to 3.5, so it's so-called medium range. It's not bad, but not wow either. You don't have AA defense yet. But 427, it's alright-ish to self-defense. Crazy long, short range. Sigma 2.0 max in dispersion 133. I do believe it's a pinpoint accuracy. But remember, pinpoint accuracy 133 meters at maximum range, which is only 14.6, so keep that in mind. The tier 7 only plating 16 millimeters, and I do believe yes, 60 millimeters all the way to tier 7 we have 16 millimeters plating. Same 150 millimeters guns with 2200 HE damage and 3000 AP damage, 900 meters per second. Reload is 7 seconds, slightly better. And now you have 2x2 and 2x3. Also 8 152 millimeters guns, which they do. And now the speed, it's alright ish, 33 knots. It's better than yeah, it is kind of alright ish. The rudder, unfortunately, it's worse, and also the turning radius is worse. Surface detection is bad for some very strange reason. It is what it is. Now the big gimmick, it's from Harlem, the tier 8, which now we have 203 millimeters and you have 9 guns. Fire range is 15.6, kind of on the low side. The chance to put your enemy on fire, it's pretty damn good. It's close to Japanese, 13%. 925, it's definitely the Japanese percent put your enemy on fire, or and almost you can say it. Soviet railguns, that's what it is, 925 meters per second. On the other hand, you have the Japanese slow dawn, 15 seconds. It's literally Atago, but Atago only have 10 guns. Over here you have 9. 180 degree turn time, 22.5. Sigma, it's worse. Yeah, way worse than previous. 135 maximum dispersion, and over here it's 179. On the other hand, you have a slightly better range, but it's still worse dispersion, you know what I mean. On the other hand, this tier 8 has a lot of goodies. I'm talking about a lot of consumable. You do have damage, you have hydro, you have A defense, and you have this repair party. Duration 28 seconds, and you heal 259.5 tick per second. And this is the how much HP pool you gain every second. 259.5. But you know, duration is 28 seconds, and next time you reload time it's 40 seconds. You have 3 charges. And remember guys, that beside this you have A defense, you have hydro, and you have this new type of airstrike available, you know what I mean. So it's a very interesting cruiser. The downside, it's kind of a slow reload of your main armament and kind of a very short range, but you have heal, so that is something. No torpedo, definitely no torpedo. That's something I kind of mentioned. There is no torpedo in this line. Now for the tier 9, John, you have pretty alright-ish HP pool, plating 25. You have 3x3 240 millimeters of main armament, fire range 16. That's kind of a bad for tier 9. It is seriously guys. The HE now, it's the big damn difference. makes 3,400 to chance to cost your friend freaking 20%. Holy cow! And you have 900 meters per second. Oh boy, that's rough. 20%, guys. It's I don't know, one of the highest in the whole freaking game of all cruisers. 20%. It's absolutely fantastic. And you can increase this with other perks and stuff like that. And AP, it's also pretty hilarious, fantastic, 6,100. And reload, it's almost like Alaska, for crying out loud, 17 seconds. And kind of a slow territorial speed. The Sigma 183, it's pretty damn fantastic. Sigma 2.05. But now, guys, we are coming to this perk about one hell of a strong AA. Remember, guys, and this is something important, at mid-range you have whopping 515 hits, 90% action time, 3.5. This 550 is pretty damn high. This is without AA defense, this is without O reinforcement. So keep that in mind. Something else, you have whopping 7 salvo, I'm talking explosion, you 7 puffs, you know what I mean, which is pretty hilarious a lot. And something else, and this is also kind of important, your long range goes all the way to 6.0. So yeah, this is pretty damn nice, 6.0 in AA. Of course, it's not that high, only 165. But you can buff it with O, with reinforcement, with A defense, and of course also with Captain's perk. Speed 32.1, it's in the middle pack. Fire duration, I kind of forgot to mention. The previous one, fire duration was 30 seconds. Now you go from tier 8 to tier 9 from 30 seconds. Fire duration also was 60 seconds, tier 8. Yes, the tier 7 was 30 seconds. Probably you have this nerf versus any other cruiser that you will burn for 60 seconds from tier 8 and above. Yeah. On the other hand, you have heal from tier 8 also. Sigma also, it's fantastic. One thing I very much like to say from tier 8 and 9, you have pretty damn good concealment. This is without camo, this is without Captain's perk, and very good in smoke penalty. And I honestly believe that the tier 9 is kind of a broken, that 20% put your enemy on fire. And you also have ability with this airstrike stuff, so you will put your enemy on fire if you have opportunity to do so. The HP pool, it's all right, 45,900. It's not bad, at all for a cruiser. Now for the tier 10, it has a whopping 51,900. Fire range 16.5, it's kind of slow, but now you have 283 millimeters main armament with whopping 7,600 for AP and 3,900, and you reload in 17 seconds as well. And of course the AA, it's slightly better. Yes, it's slightly more AA, and also 7 explosion you do have. So I definitely see that she has potential in AA. Now, for some very strange reason, the shell speed are lower, only 890 meters per second. But I do believe the Sigma, it's fantastic, 17 seconds. It's of course kind of a bad, but you have a huge, big damn caliber guns, and yeah, pretty alright-ish detection. Now, of course, the detection is much worse than the previous one. Probably this is because of tier 10. It's biggest ship of all nations. I'm talking about the entire Tech 3 line. But you do have the same heal as a tier 8. 3 charges, 259.9 tick per second, a defense and hydro. So very fast. I would like to say that it looks very interesting, that you have opportunity to do damage towards your enemy with not just your main guns, but also with this new airstrike available. That's gonna be nice to test and so on. But guys, now we are coming to this tier 8. There are very good looking tier 8 premiums or non-premium ships, but this looks extremely promising of many reasons. And let's talk about the stats very fast, where I'm kind of I know it's a premium ship, I know it's supposed to be better than the regular Tech 3. It is. Hit points is kind of bad, it sucks. It only has 33,800, which for a tier 8 it's kind of a bad. Now the main armament, you only have 8, so you're not quite Cleveland, because Cleveland they do have 152 millimeters, but you have more guns. Fire range 16.1, it's not so bad. As a matter of fact, it's pretty damn alright for tier 8. The HE, it's very mediocre with 11% push and find the HE shell speed are pretty damn alright, 900 meters per second. The AP it's 3000, but the main selling point about this ship is two things. You have 4x140 millimeters Bofors guns, and you have the mother of all AA guns 4x2 57 millimeters and 4x2 152 millimeters. If you can definitely see here, the mid-range up to 4 kilometers is whopping 672 hits. Absolutely hilarious. I would like to say, the guys, that this is one of the highest tier 8 AA damage of all ships in the entire game. Absolutely hilarious. I will compare it with any other tier 8 ship. This is without A defense. This is without press O for reinforcement or captain's perk. Imagine when you can buff. And then something else, she has the long range, kind of a mediocre 74, but it's 6.9 kilometers in range, which is absolutely fantastic. Her maximum speed, it's alright, in the middle of pack, 32 knots. The fire duration, it's only 30 seconds and not 60 seconds as the regular Tech 3. Turning radius 730, it's pretty damn alright. The rudder shift 9.1. The detection 11.9, I do believe, with captain's perk and all that modules and stuff like that, you will get her lower than 10. So I would probably like to say that this will be even more concealed or more stealth than, let's say, Smolensk. And firing in your own smoke 5.6. This is Belfast in smoke penalty, but makes this ship kind of busted and hilarious. I kind of forgot to say how fast her main armament reload. The tier 8 reload time 6 seconds. 6 seconds without any perk or anything. I do believe you have the opportunity to increase that, right, with different modules and stuff like. So 6 seconds, 8 guns, it's pretty hilarious. But then what's so special about her, you have this new strike, you know, the airstrike opportunity with engine boost and heal specialized repair party, duration of 20 seconds, reload 80 seconds, and you have 3 charges. But over here the HP per second is 676. I do believe it's twice as much. You gain faster heal, almost double than a regular Tech 3 cruiser. So you have heal you have engine boost, and you have pretty damn fast Daka Daka, and crazy, I repeat, crazy AA. If you build this ship in AA department, probably the Cleveland and many other US cruisers looks like a mediocre versus this behemoth. And now I don't know exactly what kind of a speed boost she will gain, but overall she will have a good concealment, good maneuverability, and pretty damn good Daka 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 Daka. So all those together with the new type of airstrike makes her crazy interesting to take a closer look, you know what I mean. And 11% to put you in fire, it's not bad because you reload in every 6 seconds. What else do I have to mention? Yeah, the turning radius pretty damn alright, rudder shift, and I think she will be pretty damn strong, especially in AA department. Now the number salvo you only have 4, but you have this long range AA, and at close range you have probably one of the best in the entire game at tier 8, you know what I mean. So leave me a comment below what you think about the Dutch cruiser line, and especially this new premium one. She looks extremely slick, and I do believe you can definitely take a closer look about her history and so on. So guys, thanks guys for watching. Let me know in the comment below if you are trying to grind this new when this new line will be available in the near future, the new Dutch cruiser line. Have a good one guys, take care and bye.